In the bustling city of Lagos, Nigeria, there was a restaurant called Luna's Delight. It was known for its amazing food and friendly atmosphere. The chef, Luna, was a mysterious woman who never revealed much about herself. Her dishes were loved by everyone, but no one knew her secret. One rainy evening, the restaurant was full. The scent of sizzling meat and fresh spices filled the air. Luna worked tirelessly, moving gracefully around the kitchen. She was busy preparing a special dish for a famous food critic, Mr. Okafor, who was known for his tough reviews. As Luna cooked, she carefully hid a strange, old book beneath her apron. The book was worn and dusty, with strange symbols on its cover. It was her most treasured possession, a gift from her grandmother. No one knew what was inside the book, not even her loyal assistant, David. The restaurant buzzed with excitement as Mr. Okafor arrived. He was a tall, stern man with a reputation for being very hard to please. Luna was determined to impress him. She had prepared a dish that no one had ever tasted before. The aroma was enchanting, drawing everyone's attention. Luna carefully plated the dish, her hands trembling slightly. As she placed it before Mr. Okafor, she whispered a quiet prayer. She watched nervously as he took the first bite. His face remained expressionless, making Luna's heart race. Mr. Okafor chewed slowly, savoring the flavors. Finally, he looked up, a smile spreading across his face. "This is the best meal I've ever had," he declared. The room erupted in cheers, and Luna breathed a sigh of relief. She had done it. But as the evening wore on, Luna couldn't shake the feeling that something was not right. She kept glancing at the old book, which lay hidden in her apron. She knew that her secret could never be revealed. It was a dark secret she had kept for years. The next day, the restaurant was even more crowded. The success of the previous night had attracted many new customers. But Luna's mind was troubled. The book was not just any old book, it held the secret to her culinary magic, a magic she had sworn to keep hidden. As Luna prepared the day's dishes, she heard whispers among the staff. Rumors had started spreading about her secret recipe. Luna knew she had to be extra careful. The wrong person finding out could mean disaster. As the sun set and the restaurant filled with the evening crowd, Luna's thoughts raced. She was determined to keep her secret safe, no matter the cost. But she knew that secrets have a way of unraveling, and she wondered how long she could maintain the illusion of normalcy. Luna's Delight was more than just a restaurant to the people of Lagos, it was a symbol of excellence and mystery. But beneath the surface, Luna was grappling with the weight of her secret. The old book, with its ancient symbols and dark history, was both her greatest asset and her greatest burden. As Luna worked in the kitchen, her assistant David noticed her distraction. He had always been loyal, but he could see that something was troubling her. "Luna, is everything okay?" David asked as he chopped vegetables with his usual precision. Luna forced a smile. "Everything is fine, David. Just a bit tired, that's all." David wasn't convinced but didn't press further. He respected Luna's privacy, but he couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. Later that evening, a well-dressed woman entered the restaurant. She introduced herself as Mrs. Adebayo, a local journalist with a keen interest in culinary arts. Mrs. Adebayo had heard about Luna's special dishes and wanted to write an article about the restaurant. Luna greeted her with a warm smile, though her heart raced. She knew that any additional attention could jeopardize her secret. As Mrs. Adebayo settled at a table, Luna watched her carefully from the kitchen. The journalist ordered the special of the day, the very dish that had impressed Mr. Okafor. Luna prepared it with the utmost care, ensuring that every detail was perfect. She watched as Mrs. Adebayo enjoyed her meal, her expression thoughtful and appreciative. After the meal, Mrs. Adebayo approached the kitchen. "The food was incredible," she said. "I'd love to know more about your recipes. What's your secret?" Luna hesitated. She couldn't reveal anything about the book or its dark contents. "It's all about fresh ingredients and a passion for cooking," she said diplomatically. "I'm glad you enjoyed it." Mrs. Adebayo seemed satisfied but left with a thoughtful look. Luna hoped that would be the end of it. However, as the days passed, Mrs. Adebayo's article appeared in the local newspaper, praising Luna's delight and hinting at a mysterious element to Luna's cooking. The article drew more attention to the restaurant, and more customers arrived, eager to taste the legendary dishes. But along with the increased popularity came more scrutiny. Luna became increasingly anxious, fearing that someone might discover her secret. One evening, as Luna was closing the restaurant, she noticed a shadowy figure lingering near the back alley. Her heart skipped a beat. She couldn't see the person's face, but the figure seemed to be watching her. Luna quickly locked the door and retreated inside, her mind racing with worry. Later that night, as she reviewed her grandmother's book, Luna found a note tucked between the pages. It was written in an unfamiliar hand and read, "I know your secret. Meet me at the old market at midnight if you want to keep it hidden." Luna's hands trembled as she read the note. She couldn't ignore it, but she was terrified of what might happen. The old market was a place of shadows and secrets, and she knew it would be dangerous. But she had no choice. Her secret was at stake. As the clock struck midnight, Luna made her way to the old market, her heart pounding. The streets were eerily quiet, and the only sound was the distant hum of the city. She approached the designated meeting spot, a dimly lit alleyway, and saw the shadowy figure waiting for her. "Who are you?" Luna demanded, trying to keep her voice steady. The figure stepped into the light, revealing a man with a stern face and piercing eyes. "I know what you've been hiding," he said. "And I want to know why." Luna stared at the shadowy man, her mind racing. She had hoped to keep her secret buried, but now it seemed that someone had discovered it. The man's intense gaze made her shiver, and she took a deep breath to steady herself. "Who are you?" she repeated, trying to sound confident despite her fear. The man stepped closer, the dim light casting eerie shadows on his face. "My name is Ibrahim. I've heard rumors about your cooking. Rumors that suggest you're using something unusual in your recipes." Luna's heart raced. The book was supposed to be her safeguard, but now it seemed that its secrets were at risk of being exposed. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said, though her voice trembled. Ibrahim's eyes narrowed. "Don't lie to me. I've seen the way your food affects people. It's not just the ingredients, it's something more. I want to know what it is." Luna's mind raced as she tried to think of a way to deflect his questions. "My recipes are closely guarded secrets," she said. "They are based on family traditions. I assure you, there is nothing unusual about them." Ibrahim didn't look convinced. "I know there's something more. And if you don't tell me, I'll make sure the truth comes out. Your secret will be exposed." Luna's thoughts turned to her grandmother's book, the source of her secret magic. She couldn't let Ibrahim discover it. "Why are you so interested?" she asked, trying to buy time. "What do you gain from knowing my secret?" Ibrahim hesitated, then said, "I have my own reasons. My family was once involved in similar practices. I need to know if you're connected to them. If you are, I have to make sure the knowledge doesn't fall into the wrong hands." Luna was taken aback. She had never imagined that someone might have a personal stake in her secret. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said again, though her mind was in turmoil. Ibrahim's expression softened slightly, but his resolve remained firm. "I understand your fear, but if you're truly innocent, you have nothing to worry about. Just tell me the truth." Luna knew she couldn't reveal the book or its contents. If Ibrahim was connected to the same dark knowledge, he might be dangerous. "I can't tell you anything," she said firmly. "I won't risk my family's legacy." Ibrahim's face hardened. "Then I have no choice but to investigate further. Be careful, Luna. If I find out you're hiding something, there will be consequences." With that, Ibrahim turned and walked away, leaving Luna alone in the dark alley. Her heart was pounding, and her mind was racing. She had to protect her secret at all costs, but she knew that Ibrahim's threat was not to be taken lightly. As Luna returned to her apartment, she couldn't shake the feeling of dread. She had always known that her secret was dangerous, but now it seemed that someone was actively seeking to uncover it. She needed to be more careful than ever. That night, Luna took the old book from its hiding place and carefully examined it. The ancient symbols and writings seemed to glow faintly in the dim light. The book held the power she used in her cooking, but it also held a dark history she wished to forget. She ran her fingers over the worn pages, trying to recall the ancient spells and recipes her grandmother had taught her. The book was both a source of her culinary success and a reminder of the dark practices she had sworn to keep hidden. Suddenly, Luna heard a knock at the door. Her heart skipped a beat as she opened it to find David standing there, a worried expression on his face. "Luna, I've been looking for you. I heard about the encounter with Ibrahim. Are you okay?" Luna forced a smile, though she felt a pang of guilt for keeping her assistant in the dark. "I'm fine, David. Just a little shaken up." David's eyes were full of concern. "You don't have to go through this alone. If there's something you're hiding, maybe I can help." Luna hesitated. She had always trusted David, but revealing her secret was a risk she wasn't ready to take. "Thank you, David, but this is something I need to handle on my own." David nodded, though he looked disappointed. "All right, but remember, you're not alone." As Luna closed the door, she felt a mix of relief and anxiety. She knew she needed to find a way to protect her secret from Ibrahim and anyone else who might come seeking it. But with each passing day, the danger seemed to grow, and she wondered how long she could keep her dark secret hidden. The days following the encounter with Ibrahim were tense. Luna's mind was clouded with worry, and her once calm and orderly kitchen now felt like a battleground. She couldn't afford to let her guard down, but she also couldn't let her staff or customers sense her unease. Despite her best efforts, the shadow of Ibrahim's threat lingered. She had hoped that by keeping a low profile, she could avoid further scrutiny. But her fears were soon realized when an unexpected visitor arrived at the restaurant. One afternoon, a tall, elegant woman entered Luna's Delight. Her name was Miss Fowler, and she introduced herself as a talent scout for a prestigious culinary competition. The restaurant's recent success had caught the attention of her organization, and they were interested in featuring Luna as a contestant. Luna was taken aback. The competition promised fame and fortune, but it also meant drawing even more attention to herself. The thought of participating filled her with both excitement and dread. Miss Fowler explained the competition's format and the potential benefits. "This is a unique opportunity," she said. "It's a chance to showcase your skills to a wider audience. We believe your cooking could be a real contender." Luna hesitated. The competition could bring her more recognition, but it would also increase the risk of her secret being discovered. "I appreciate the offer," she said carefully, "but I'm not sure I'm ready for such a public spotlight." Miss Fowler's eyes sparkled with determination. "Think about it, Luna. This could be the break you've been waiting for. And who knows, it might even help you discover new aspects of your cooking." As Miss Fowler left, Luna found herself torn. The competition could be a way to elevate her career, but it also posed a significant risk. She needed to weigh the potential benefits against the dangers of exposing her secret. Later that evening, as Luna prepared dinner for the restaurant, David approached her with a worried expression. "Luna, I need to talk to you," he said quietly. "I've been doing some research about Ibrahim and the dark practices he mentioned." Luna's heart skipped a beat. She had hoped to keep David out of this mess, but it seemed he was determined to help. "What did you find?" she asked, trying to sound calm. David took a deep breath. "I found out that Ibrahim's family was involved in ancient rituals that are linked to dark magic. If he's searching for something related to that, it could be dangerous. I don't think he's here just to talk." Luna's fear intensified. "So what do we do?" David looked determined. "We need to find out more about Ibrahim and his intentions. If we can uncover his plans, we might be able to protect your secret." Luna nodded, feeling a mix of relief and anxiety. She was grateful for David's support but knew that involving him further could be risky. "All right, let's find out what we can." Over the next few days, David delved into Ibrahim's background, using contacts and resources to gather information. Meanwhile, Luna tried to keep up appearances at the restaurant, though her anxiety was palpable. One night, as Luna was closing up, she received a phone call from an unknown number. She hesitated before answering. "Hello?" A distorted voice on the other end said, "I know what you're hiding, Luna. And if you don't cooperate, things will get worse." Luna's heart raced. "Who is this?" The voice was silent for a moment before continuing, Meet me at the old market tomorrow night. I have something you need to see. The line went dead. Luna's hands shook as she hung up the phone. The threat was clear, her secret was in even more danger than she had thought. The next day, Luna received another surprise visit, this time from Mrs. Adebayo, the journalist who had written the article about the restaurant. Mrs. Adebayo seemed nervous but determined. "Luna," she said, "I've been hearing strange rumors about your restaurant. Some people say there's something special about your cooking. I want to assure you that I'm just looking for a story, but I'm concerned about what I've been hearing." Luna forced a smile. "Thank you for your concern, Mrs. Adebayo. My recipes are unique, but there's nothing to worry about. I appreciate your interest, but I'd prefer to keep things private." Mrs. Adebayo nodded, though she still looked concerned. "I understand. But if there's ever anything you need to share, I'm here to listen." As Mrs. Adebayo left, Luna felt a pang of guilt. The pressure was mounting, and she couldn't afford any more complications. That night, she prepared herself for the confrontation with the mysterious caller. At the old market, Luna felt a chill in the air. The alleyway was dark and deserted, and she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being watched. As she waited for the meeting, her mind raced with worry and anticipation. A figure emerged from the shadows, holding a small, ornate box. "You came," the figure said. "Good. I have something that might interest you." Luna approached cautiously. "What is this?" The figure opened the box, revealing a collection of ancient artifacts and scrolls. These items are connected to the same dark practices Ibrahim is involved in. If you want to protect your secret, you need to know what you're up against. Luna's heart pounded as she examined the artifacts. The knowledge they held could be crucial, but it also meant diving deeper into the darkness she had tried to escape. Thank you for watching our video. Tell us where you are watching from in the comments section. Please do not forget to subscribe and like our video. See you in our next video. Bye.